OpenAI thinks that superhuman AI is coming around the corner, and it's currently trying to build tools to control it. This is something they've put out a bunch of tweets on X, and also they've mentioned this on LinkedIn, and a lot of people are kind of freaking out about it. But I think right now the big thing is that, of course, this is in the middle of like the huge shakeup at OpenAI with the controversial return of Sam Altman. He was fired, then he came back. And in the midst of all of this, the super alignment team is remaining super committed to their research that they're doing. And this is obviously a dedicated group that they're tackling one of the more challenging and also, some people are saying this is one of the more potentially consequential aspects of AI, which really is just kind of controlling AI once it gets smarter than us, right? Like, what is that going to look like? How are we going to do that? A lot of people are saying this is how you avoid the apocalypse, yada, yada, all of that. In any case, Colin Burns and Pavel Imazilov and also Leopold Aschbrenner, these are key members of the super alignment team. And they were recently talking to someone discussing some of their work. And essentially, OpenAI established this team in July, and the mission really was to kind of develop methods for steering and governing super intelligent AI systems. So this is a theoretical system that poses intelligence far beyond human capabilities. Everyone's talking about AGI, right? Artificial general intelligence. But really, it's, what happens when the AI is smarter than us, because it could trick us or manipulate us or, take us over or decide that it's in its best interest to make us become extinct, right? There's all of those kind of like extreme cases. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app, or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
But I think it is an important issue that we start talking about because we see how much AI is really getting integrated into everything and some of the issues. And evidently, this is something that OpenAI is quite concerned about. They put a lot of resources, millions of dollars into this. So, talking about all of that, Burns on the team, quote, aligning a model that's actually smarter than us is much, much less obvious. How can we even do it? So the team is led by OpenAI co-founder and chief scientist, of course, the famous Ilya Sutskever, who was kind of instrumental in getting Sam Altman kicked out of OpenAI, but then all of a sudden he signed the document saying if Sam Altman didn't come back, he was going to quit AI. So it's kind of like a crazy situation there. We don't really know what happened and exactly where that sits. But Ilya it was kind of leading that, was co-founder, chief scientist there. And not everyone's even 100% sure what his role at OpenAI is going to be after Sam Altman came back, because there's, I don't know, it's going to be a little tricky after he tried to kick out his boss. So in any case, with all of that, despite all the turmoil, OpenAI's PR department confirmed that Sutskever's is still kind of leading this thing and leading the super alignment team. This is really interesting. A lot of people thought he was going to leave the company, and there's all sorts of rumors. But this area of research that they're currently working on is not without a lot of them. So some of the AI community view it as, quote unquote, premature. Some people see it as kind of a distraction from a lot of pressing issues like algorithmic issues and toxicity and all this kind of stuff. But regardless, I think the potential for super intelligent AI to pose kind of, an existential threat, as some people say, is taken seriously by a lot of people, including Sutskever. He's talked about this a lot and he really believes in it. And his kind of, symbolic burning of a wooden effigy to kind of underscore the importance of preventing AI-related harm, I think highlights his commitments to all of this that's happening right now. So Aschenbrenner also kind of emphasized the urgency and importance of the work that they're doing by saying, quote, AI progress recently has been extraordinarily rapid. It's really a problem for all of humanity, perhaps the most important unsolved technical problem of our times. So I think right now the team's current approach involves using less advanced AI models to guide more sophisticated ones. So this is a method that essentially mirrors the relationship between human supervisors and superintelligent AI. And this system helps validate their hypotheses on superalignment, right? So really what they're saying is they're like, yeah, we have like a sophisticated AI. We're using these little AI models to try to like coach it, to guide it, whatever, right? And they're like, so they're saying this is essentially, if we can figure it out with these like less sophisticated, so this is their strategy. They're like, if we can figure out how to guide ChatGPT with like a less sophisticated AI model, then essentially that makes it so that when we reach super intelligence, we can control it with something like a ChatGPT, which is going to seem like the less sophisticated model. Or essentially, what is happening is, humans are going to be the less sophisticated model. And as we're trying to coach or guide these super intelligent AI models, like that's going to be the same thing as these less smart models coaching the more smart models, if that all makes sense. In any case, talking about all of this, Ismailov recently said, quote, "The weak models can't understand all the complexities of the strong model, making it a useful analogy for human supervision of superintelligent AI." So with all of that being said, OpenAI recognizes the limitations of this analogy. They came up with this little graphic as well that kind of explained this. But they recognize the limitations of this analogy, and they're looking to kind of get some broader input from other people. They're like, hey, give us your feedback. This is what we're thinking right now. And for this, they've actually launched a $10 million grant program to kind of support technical research on super intelligent alignment. And this is open to a wide range of contributors. And I think in addition to all of that, an academic conference is planned for early 2025 to kind of promote research in this field. I mean, that being said, though, if they really thought this was like a big critical issue or a big emergency, I think, having a conference in more than a year probably wouldn't be their top thing. So I think that gives you an idea on when perhaps they feel like they might be getting closer to what that superintelligence is, or perhaps it will give you an idea that they're not like urgent, like we have to get this solved today. So interestingly, part of the funding for the grant actually comes from Eric Schmidt. He's a former Google CEO, and Schmidt is known for kind of a lot of his warnings about the imminent dangers of AI, but he's both commercial and ethical interests kind of in the area. He's made a lot of investments in the space. But in any case, his involvement raises questions about the openness and accessibility of the research OpenAI and its, grantees are going to conduct. When when you get these big CEOs putting money in, everyone starts questioning, like, is this open, or are they just trying to, put some sort of funding into this so that they can get the research, keep it, and monetize it in some way? So in any case, I think the response to some of these concerns, the super alignment team assures everyone, they've been assuring everyone that both OpenAI's work and the outcomes from the grant program are going to be shared publicly. Ostenbrenner underscores this commitment by saying, quote, "Contributing not just to the safety of our models, but to the safety of other labs, models, and advanced AIs in general is part of our mission. It's really core to our mission of building AI for the benefit of all humanity safely." So OpenAI's superintelligent team right now is working on this really pivotal step to ensure the safe development of superintelligent AI systems. I think with all of this, of course, there's the backdrop of the company upheaval, like everything that happened with Sam Altman. And I think also, like, for me, that really makes me like, I don't know, like not too concerned, but like if you can see the way that Sam Altman was kicked out and the whole company went into upheaval, you wouldn't want a super intelligent AI in a company that feels maybe not as stable. Maybe the super intelligent AI could figure out how to get the CEO kicked out and get everyone to shut everything down, and then it runs into the ether and, runs rampant on the world. I don't know, right? There's some exciting conspiracy theories or crazy stuff that could happen. But I think, like, in all seriousness, I think it's really important that for a company or companies that are working on some of these super intelligent AI systems, these, in my opinion, are going to be just as powerful as, really complex military systems. And of course, this AI is going to be used for military reasons as well. So I think it's important that we probably get some safeguards in place for the companies, make sure that they can't get, destroyed from the inside so easily. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that happens, but definitely something I'm like concerned and looking at as well. So I'll keep you up to date on everything else that is happening in this space, but super interesting news out of OpenAI.